guys, and welcome back to the Cassie Projects. So this week we are taking part in a colour challenge, and this was set by a wonderful friend of mine, Chantel from Chantel Arts. Now Chantel decided that she was going to try to complete as many pages in this book as possible in just 1 hour. This book was written by Paula from Creative Paula, and it's filled with adorable little cute illustrations for you guys to colour in. Other YouTube creators will also be taking part in this challenge. I will make sure I pop a link to that playlist down in the description for you guys. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I started the new colouring book, which is called Loved by Creative Paula, but we are going to do it in the original book because that is where Chantel set the challenge. Now, you may remember this page from a fair few weeks back where I created a diorama copying this illustration, and I also coloured in a few extra pages in that video as well. Chantel decided to do the book in order, so she did the first few pages. But you know me, I don't do any of my books in order, so I am picking a bunch of pages that I'd quite like to do, and I've actually selected 7. I think I'm being a little bit ambitious, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this challenge. Let's start this timer. Ready, set, go. I'm going in with my Karen gouache paint, and I'm doing this because I can fill in a large amount of space and do it fairly quickly with a paintbrush, so I thought that would make it a little bit easier for me. Now I am going to have to stop the timer now and again to change the page, to grab out different supplies, but also the main thing is that I need to be able to dry these pages, because if I was allowing them to dry within that time frame, I definitely wouldn't get enough done. Now it's dry, I'm going to start that timer again, and I'm going to go in with my Artex acrylic markers. Now I've chose these because they've got that brush nib. I can fill in a fairly large amount of space, but you can also go quite detailed with it as well. So I feel like I will be able to fill in a lot more space using these pens. The only problem is these do cover up that black line, so you've got to be fairly neat with them, which was quite difficult, especially when there's a time limit as well. Now I was getting a little bit stressed by the time, so I grabbed out my Karen gouache again, and I just painted in this little character to just save on a little bit of extra time. And then I'm going back in with my Artex markers to colour in the bow and those extra little details on there. Oops, I forgot her little ears. Just going to colour those in as well. Yeah, I think we're finished with that one. We are at 47 minutes and 4 seconds. Oh, and I forgot a little red heart, so I'm going to just quickly colour that one in. And we have completed 1 page. So how many minutes was that?
I'm trying to find the answer, but the answer won't come. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to just count to the number 3.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
That's almost 13 minutes. Let's move on to the next page. Now I picked this one because I just like the character. He's just so moody and cute. Now I've actually decided to use mainly my gouache paint for this one. All the areas of space are fairly large, so I thought I might be able to manage it. I've created this gradient for the sky going from blue to purple, and then I've picked this nice bluey green for the grass area, and I'm just going in with all those sections as neatly as possible with a fairly large brush. And what's really nice is the line work is fairly thick, so it kind of makes it a little bit easier to go in with that paint. Now this one's not the neatest in the world, but it was really nice to be able to get it done so much quicker. Now I'm grabbing out a bunch of my Artex markers, and I'm just using those to fill in all the little details. I would absolutely love you guys to complete this challenge too. Obviously you can complete it in this book if you already own it, or maybe you own one of my colouring books, you could do it in that too, or any other colouring book that you have at home. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to take part 2, and if you do create a video, please do tag me in it. I would love to see it. So that one took 8 minutes and 9 seconds to complete, which was so much quicker. Now the next one, I looked at it and I was like,
I don't know if I can go through with this.
So I thought I would add another challenge to it and use my Ohuhu markers. So I've got to be fairly neat this time, which I think will probably gather up a lot more time, but will it be worth it? Well, let's see. Before I started the timer, I actually grabbed out 6 different blues. I popped them on my desk and I just grabbed each one and coloured in the next swirl. Now, if I didn't have a time limit, I probably would have planned out the colours and made sure they went in an order. I really like the randomness of it. I think it worked so much nicer, so I think that time limit actually really helped with this one. I then stopped the timer again so I could pick out all the other colours, because it just takes up so much time picking out your colour palette. Even though it's taken a lot more time to complete this page, I've got to be honest, I'm enjoying it so much. I really like using the alcohol markers in this colouring book. Firstly, it's just so smooth and so satisfying. But also, what's really nice is that it doesn't go over the line work. When I was using the paint and the acrylic markers, it was going over the black lines, which made it a lot less neat. Whereas with the alcohol markers, it just colours in the sections, which is a lot more satisfying and a lot more enjoyable. But the problem is it does take up a lot more time. Is it worth it? That is the question. It has taken 16 minutes and 21 seconds to finish this page. I'm hoping that some of you guys have noticed my little backing mat. Basically, I laminated a piece of cardboard and it's worked perfectly. The one that you receive with your alcohol markers tends to be too small to colour in these square colouring books. So I thought I'd create an A4 version. This works perfectly and cleans really, really easily. Next up is this adorable panda. Now, I'm sure you have realised I really enjoyed using the alcohol markers in the last one, but it took too much time. So to make this page quicker, I'm going to use alcohol markers, but first I'm going to fill in the sky with that gouache paint, which is just going to speed things up a little bit. And now I'm going to go in with my alcohol markers for all those details. I went in with a grey colour around all the edges of the clouds, and because I'm not swatching, I'm just grabbing out whatever colour I see. And this grey was actually really, really dark. And then I grabbed out this red, which was really dark again, and it was supposed to be really vibrant. I actually really, really loved it. It was definitely a happy accident because it's given this really moody vibe, which I really, really like. And when I added the black to the panda as well, it just really finished it off, and I love it. And this one took only 8 minutes and 29 seconds, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm pretty sure that this one is my favourite so far. I have found my technique, so I'm just going to go with it. I am going in with the gouache paint all over the sky, and I've picked this purpley, pinky kind of colour, which is very vibrant and very out there, and I'm going to let that one dry, and then I'm going to go in with my acrylic markers to start with, because I realised I've gone over the clouds and the clouds are supposed to be white. Instead of covering it up on this one, I actually added more colour to it, which kind of gave it this bubble kind of vibe, like reflections on bubbles, and I kind of like that. And the more colour that I added to it, when I coloured in that rainbow, and kind of worked more and more, and it looks very out there, very vibrant and very unusual, but I think I like it. I don't know, do I hate it? Do I love it? I added blue cats, and I mean bright blue. It's honestly out there. I think it kind of works. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one, because I just can't decide. So that one only took 8 minutes and 3 seconds. That one is definitely the quickest by far. But we only have 5 minutes and 54 seconds left on the clock. I've got 2 pages left, so we're going to have to choose one of them. The first one looks a bit more complicated, so I think I'm going to go for the bird one. I think that is the only one that we can complete in such a small time frame. Now, I chose this one because I realised I could just add a bright yellow background all over this whole page, and then I'm going to add the luminosity using my Artex markers. But first I'm going to go in with my alcohol marker for this little green bird. Now, it did go a little bit funky. It kind of like reacted to the gouache a little bit, but it has dried absolutely fine. I'm also going to go around a couple of the light bulbs using this orange alcohol marker, and that gives it this lovely glow. But now for the really exciting part, when I added this fluorescent acrylic marker on some of the light bulbs and then added the white around some of them as well, I just loved it. It really made this page pop. I added a grey colour to the tops of the light bulbs using my alcohol markers, but then I added a white acrylic marker to add a bit of shine to those to make it look like that metal kind of colour. Can you believe it? I did 6 in just 1 hour with 14 seconds to go as well. Here are all the pages that I completed, and I've popped the total time in the corner so you can see how long each picture took to complete, and I'm so proud of myself. I think they don't look that bad considering how quick I coloured them in. Personally, this panda page is my absolute favourite that I did this week. Please let me know in the comments which one is your favourite. It's sad that we didn't get to complete this page. Maybe we'll do it another time. But I'm so pleased I managed to get 6 done in less than an hour, and I can't wait for the other YouTube creators to complete this challenge. I really hope that I win. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Do carry on watching some more videos over here. I'll pop in a binge-worthy video for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.